Sonnet. My heart will be thy garden. By Alice Meynell. 1812. Dedication. To W.M. Most of these verses were written in the author's early youth and were published in a volume called Preludes, now out of print. Other poems, representing the same transitory and early thoughts which appeared in that volume, are now omitted as cruder than the rest, and their place is taken by the few verses written in maturer years. Sonnet. My heart shall be thy garden. My heart shall be thy garden. Come, my own, into thy garden. Thine be happy hours, among my fairest thoughts, my tallest flowers, from root to crowning petal, thine alone. Thine is the place from where the seeds are sown, up to the sky enclosed, with all its showers. But ah, the birds, the birds! Who shall build bowers to keep these thine? O friend, the birds have flown. For as these come and go, and quit our pine, to follow the sweet season, or, newcomers, sing one song only from our alder trees. My heart has thoughts which, though thine eyes hold mine, flit to the silent world and other summers, with wings that dip beyond the silver seas. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Sonnet. Thoughts in Separation. By Alice Meynell. 1812. Sonnet. Thoughts in Separation. We never meet, yet we meet day by day, upon those hills of life, dim and immense. The good we love, and sleep, our innocence. O hills of life, high hills, and higher than they, our guardian spirits meet at prayer and play. Beyond pain, joy, and hope, and long suspense, above the summits of our souls, far hence, an angel meets an angel on the way. Beyond all good I ever believed of thee, or thou of me, these always love and live. And though I fail of thy ideal of me, my angel falls not short. They greet each other. Who knows, they may exchange the kiss we give, thou to thy crucifix, I to my mother. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. To a Poet. By Alice Meynell. 1812. To a Poet. Thou who singest through the earth, all the earth's wild creatures fly thee. Everywhere thou marrest mirth, dumbly they defy thee. There is something they deny thee. Pines thy fallen nature ever for the unfallen nature sweet, but she shuns thy long endeavor, though her flowers and wheat throng and press thy pausing feet. Though thou tame a bird to love thee, press thy face to grass and flowers, all these things reserve above thee secrets in the bowers, secrets in the sun and showers. Sing thy sorrow, sing thy gladness, in thy songs must wind and tree bear the fictions of thy sadness, thy humanity, for their truth is not for thee. Wait, and many a secret nest, many a hoarded winter store will be hidden on thy breast. Things thou longest for will not fear or shun thee more. Thou shalt intimately lie in the roots of flowers that thrust upwards from thee to the sky, with no more distrust, when they blossom from thy dust. Silent labors of the rain shall be near thee, reconciled, little lives of leaves and grain, all things shy and wild, tell thee secrets, quiet child. Earth, set free from thy fair fancies, and the art thou shalt resign, will bring forth her rue and pansies, unto more divine thoughts than any thoughts of thine. Naught will fear thee, humbled creature, there will lie thy mortal burden, pressed unto the heart of nature, songless in a garden, with a long embrace of pardon. Then the truth all creatures tell, and his will whom thou entreatest shall absorb thee. There shall dwell silence, the completest of thy poems, last and sweetest. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Song of the Spring to the Summer, the poet sings to her poet, by Alice Meynell. Read for LibriVox.org by Ryan Fry. O poet of the time to be, my conqueror, I began for thee. Enter into thy poet's pain, and take the riches of the rain, and make the perfect year for me. Thou unto whom my lyre shall fall, whene'er thou comest, hear my call. Oh, keep the promise of my lays, take the sweet parable of my days. I trust thee with the aim of all, and if thy thoughts unfold from me, know that I too have hints of thee, dim hopes that come across my mind in the rare days of warmer wind, and tones of summer in the sea. And I have set thy paths, I guide, thy blossoms on the wild hillside, and I, thy bygone poet, share the flowers that throng thy feet where I led thy feet before I died. End of Song of the Spring to the Summer. This recording is in the public domain.
To the Beloved by Alice Meynell. Read for LibriVox.org by Daniel Hennis. Oh, not more subtly silence strays amongst the winds, between the voices, mingling alike with pensive lays, and with the music that rejoices, than thou art present in my days. My silence, life returns to thee in all the pauses of her breath. Hush back to rest the melody that out of thee awakeneth, and thou, wake ever, wake for me. Full, full is life in hidden places, for thou art silence unto me. Full, full is thought in endless spaces, full is my life, a silent sea lies round all shores with long embraces. Thou art like silence all unvexed, though wild words part my soul from thee. Thou art like silence unperplexed, a secret and a mystery, between one footfall and the next. Most dear pause in a mellow lay, thou art inwoven with every air. With thee the wildest tempests play, and snatches of thee everywhere make little heavens throughout a day. Darkness and solitude shine for me, for life's fair outward part are rife. The silver noises, let them be, it is the very soul of life listens for thee, listens for thee. O pause between the sobs of cares, O thought within all thought that is, trance between laughters unawares, thou art the form of melodies, and thou the ecstasy of prayers. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Meditation by Alice Meynell. Read for LibriVox.org by Sonia. Meditation. Rorate caeli de super, et nubes pluant justum, aperiatur terra, et germinet salvatorem. No sudden thing of glory and fear Was the Lord's coming, but the dear Slow nature's days followed each other, To form the Saviour from his mother, One of the children of the year. The earth, the rain, received the trust, The sun and dews, to frame the just. He drew his daily life from these, According to his own decrees, Who makes man from the fertile dust. Sweet summer and the winter wild, These brought him forth, the undefiled. The happy springs renewed again His daily bread, the growing grain, The food and raiment of the child. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
To the Beloved Dead, a Lament by Alice Meynell. Read for LibriVox.org by Daniel Hennis. Beloved, thou art like a tune that idle fingers play on a window pane. The time is there, the form of music lingers, but oh, thou sweetest strain, where is thy soul? Thou liest i' the wind and rain. Even as to him who plays that idle air, it seems a melody, for his own soul is full of it. So, my fair, dead, thou dost live in me, and all this lonely soul is full of thee. Thou song of songs, not music as before unto the outward ear, my spirit sings thee inly evermore. thy falls with tear on tear. I fail for thee, thou art too sweet, too dear. Thou silent song, thou ever voiceless rhyme, is there no pulse to move thee, at windy dawn, with a wild heart beating time, and falling tears above thee? O music stifled from the ears that love thee? Oh, for a strain of thee from outer air! Soul weary soul, I find, of thee, thee, thee I am mournfully aware, contained in one poor mind, who wert in tune and time to every wind. Poor grave, poor lost beloved, but I burn for some more vast to be, as he that played that secret tune may turn and strike it on a lyre triumphantly. I wait some future, all a lyre for thee. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Sonnet by Alice Meynell. Read for LibriVox.org by Daniel Hennis. Your own fair youth, you care so little for it. Smiling towards heaven, you would not stay the advances of time and change upon your happiest fancies. I keep your golden hour, and will restore it. If ever, in time to come, you would explore it, your old self, whose thoughts went like last year's pansies, look unto me. No mirror keeps its glances. In my unfailing praises now I store it. To keep all joys of yours from time's estranging, I shall be then a treasury where your gay, happy, and pensive past forever is. I shall be then a garden charmed from changing, in which your June has never passed away. Walk there a while among my memories. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
In Autumn by Alice Meynell. Read for LibriVox.org by Sonia. In autumn. The leaves are many under my feet, and drift one way. Their scent of death is weary and sweet. A flight of them is in the grey, where sky and forest meet. The low winds moan for dead sweet years. The birds sing all for pain of a common thing, to weary ears. Only a summer's fate of rain, and a woman's fate of tears. I walk to love and life alone, over these mournful places, across the summer overthrown, the dead joys of these silent faces, to claim my own. I know his heart has beat to bright sweet loves gone by. I know the leaves that die tonight once budded to the sky, and I shall die from his delight. O leaves, so quietly ending now, you have heard cuckoos sing, and I will grow upon my bough, if only for a spring, and fall when the rain is on my brow. Oh tell me ere you die, is it worth the pain? You bloomed so fair, you waved so high, now that the sad days wane, are you repenting where you lie? I lie amongst you, and I kiss your fragrance mouldering. O dead delights, is it such bliss that tuneful spring? Is love so sweet that comes to this? O dying blisses of the year, I hear the young lambs bleat. The clamoring birds in the copse I hear the waving wheat, together laid on a dead leaf bier. Kiss me again as I kiss you, kiss me again, for all your tuneful nights of dew, in this your time of rain, for all your kisses when spring was new. You will not, broken hearts, let be. I pass across your death to a golden summer you shall not see, and in your dying breath there is no benison for me. There is an autumn yet to wane, there are leaves yet to fall, which when I kiss may kiss again, and pitied pity me for all, and love me in mist and rain. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
A Letter from a Girl to Her Own Old Age by Alice Meynell. Read for LibriVox.org by Lucy Kempton. Listen, and when thy hand this paper presses, O time-worn woman, Think of her who blesses what thy thin fingers touch with her caresses. O mother, for the weight of years that break thee! O daughter, for slow time must yet awake thee, and from the changes of my heart must make thee. O fainting traveller, morn is grey in heaven. Dost thou remember how the clouds were driven? And are they calm about the fall of even? Pause near the ending of thy long migration, for this one sudden hour of desolation appeals to 1 hour of thy meditation. Suffer, O silent one, that I remind thee of the great hills that stormed the sky behind thee, of the wild winds of power that have resigned thee. Know that the mournful plain where thou must wander is but a grey and silent world, but ponder the misty mountains of the morning yonder. Listen, the mountain winds with rain were fretting, and sudden gleams the mountain tops besetting. I cannot let thee fade to death, forgetting. What part of this wild heart of mine I know not will follow with thee where the great winds blow not, and where the young flowers of the mountains grow not. Yet let my letter with thy lost thoughts in it tell what the way was when thou didst begin it, and win with thee the goal when thou shalt win it. Oh, in some hour of thine my thoughts shall guide thee. Suddenly, though time, darkness, silence hide thee, this wind from thy lost country flits beside thee, telling thee, all thy memories moved the maiden, with thy regrets was morning overshaden, with sorrow thou hast left, her life was laden. But whither shall my thoughts turn to pursue thee? Life changes, and the years and days renew thee. Oh, nature brings my straying heart unto thee. Her winds will join us with their constant kisses, upon the evening as the morning tresses. Her summers breathe the same unchanging blisses. And we, so altered in our shifting phases, track one another mid the many mazes, by the eternal child-breath of the daisies. I have not writ this letter of divining to make a glory of thy silent pining, a triumph of thy mute and strange declining. Only one youth, and the bright life was shrouded, only one morning, and the day was clouded, and one old age with all regrets is crowded. Oh hush, thy tears my words are steeping. Oh hush, 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 so full the fount of weeping. Poor eyes, so quickly moved, so near to sleeping. Pardon the girl, such strange desires beset her. Poor woman, lay aside the mournful letter that breaks thy heart. The one who wrote, forget her. The one who now thy faded features guesses, with filial fingers thy grey hair caresses, with morning tears thy mournful twilight blesses. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Song by Alice Meynell. Read for LibriVox.org by Sonia. Song. As the in-hastening tide doth roll, dear and desired, along the whole wide shining strand, and floods the caves, your love comes filling with happy waves the open seashore of my soul. But inland from the seaward spaces, none knows, not even you, the places brimmed, at your coming, out of sight, the little solitudes of delight this tide constrains in dim embraces. You see the happy shore, wave rimmed, but know not of the quiet dimmed rivers your coming floods and fills, the little pools mid happier hills my silent rivulets overbrimmed. What, I have secrets from you? Yes. But, visiting sea, your love doth press and reach in further than you know, and fills all these. And when you go, there's loneliness in loneliness. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Builders of Ruins by Alice Meynell. Read for LibriVox.org by Daniel Hennis. We build with strength the deep tower wall that shall be shattered thus and thus, and fair and great our court and hall. But how fair? This is not for us, who know the lack that lurks in all. We know how all too bright the hues are that our painting wears, and how the marble gleams too white. We speak in unknown tongues, the years interpret everything aright. And crown with weeds our pride of towers, and warm our marble through with sun, and break our pavements through with flowers, with an amen when all is done, knowing these perfect things of ours. O days we ponder, left alone, like children in their lonely hour, and in our secrets keep your own, as seeds the color of the flower. Today they are not all unknown. The stars that twixt the rise and fall, like relic seers, shall one by one stand musing o'er our empty hall, and setting moons shall brood upon the frescoes of our inward wall. And when some midsummer shall be, hither will come some little one, dusty with bloom of flowers is he, sit on a ruin in the late long sun, and think, one foot upon his knee. And where they wrought, these lives of ours, so many worded, many souled, a northwest wind will take the towers, and dark with color, sunny and cold, will range alone among the flowers. And here or there, at our desire, the little clamorous owl shall sit through her still time, and we aspire to make a law, and know not it, unto the life of a wild briar. Our purpose is distinct and dear, though from our open eyes 'tis hidden. Thou, time to come, shall make it clear, undoing our work. We are children chidden with pity and smiles of many a year. Who shall allot the praise, and guess what part is yours and what is ours? O years that certainly will bless our flowers with fruits, our seeds with flowers, with ruin all our perfectness. Be patient, time, of our delays, too happy hopes and wasted fears, our faithful ways, our wilful ways. Solace our labors, O our seers, the seasons, and our bards the days. And make our pause and silence brim with the shrill children's play, and sweets of those pathetic flowers, and dim of those eternal flowers my Keats, dying, felt growing over him. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Sonnet by Alice Meynell. Read for LibriVox.org by Leah Wingert. I touched the heart that loved me as a player touches a lyre, content with my poor skill. No touch save mine knew my beloved, and still I thought at times, is there no sweet lost air old loves could wake in him I cannot share? Oh, he alone, alone could so fulfill my thoughts and sound to the measure of my will. He is gone, and silence takes me unaware. The songs I knew not he resumes, set free from my constraining love, alas for me. His part in our tune goes with him, my part is locked in me forever. I stand as mute, as one with full strong music in his heart, whose fingers stray upon a shattered lute. End of poem. This recording is in public domain.
Song of the Day to the Night by Alice Meynell. Read for LibriVox.org by Amber Jules. Song of the day to the night. The poet sings to his poet. From dawn to dusk, and from dusk to dawn, we two are sundered always, sweet. A few stars shake o'er the rocky lawn, and the cold seashore when we meet. The twilight comes with thy shadowy feet. We are not day and night, my fair, but one. It is an hour of hours, and thoughts that are not otherwhere are thought here mid the blown sea flowers, this meeting and this dusk of ours. Delight has taken pain to her heart, and there is dusk and stars for these. Oh, linger, linger, they would not part, and the wild wind comes from overseas with new song to the olive trees. And when we meet by the sounding pine, sleep draws near to his dreamless brother, and when thy sweet eyes answer mine, peace nestles close to her mournful mother, and hope and weariness kiss each other. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Sir Monique by Alice Meynell. Read for LibriVox.org by Anusha Iyer. Sir Monique. A Rondo by Couperin. Quiet form of silent nun, what has given you to my inward eyes? What has marked you, unknown one, in the throngs of centuries that mine ears do listen through? This old master's melody that expresses you, this admired simplicity, tender with a serious wit, and 2 words, the name of it, Sir Monique. And if sad the music is, it is sad with mysteries of a small immortal thing that the passing ages sing. Simple music making mirth of the dying and the birth of the people of the earth. No, not sad, we are beguiled, sad with living as we are. Ours the sorrow, outpouring sad self on a selfless thing. As our eyes and hearts are mild, with our sympathy for spring, with a pity sweet and wild for the innocent and far, with our sadness in a star, or our sadness in a child. But 2 words and this sweet air, Sir Monique, had he more who set you there? Was his music dream of you, of some perfect nun he knew, or of some ideal as true? And I see you where you stand, with your life held in your hand, as a rosary of days, and your thoughts in calm arrays, and your innocent prayers are told on your rosary of days. And the young days and the old, with their quiet prayers, did meet when the chaplet was complete. Did it vex you, the surmise of this wind of words, this storm of cries? Though you kept the silence so in the storms of long ago, and you keep it like a star, of the evils triumphing, strong for all your perfect conquering, silenced conqueror that you are. And I wonder at your peace, I wonder, would it trouble you to know, tender soul, the world in sin by your calm feet trodden under long ago, living now, mighty to win? And your feet are vanished like the snow. Vanished, but the poet, he in whose dream your face appears, he who ranges unknown years with your music in his heart, speaks to you familiarly where you keep apart, and invents you as you were. And your picture, O my nun, is a strangely easy one for the holy weed you wear, for your hidden eyes and hidden hair, and in picturing you I may scarcely go astray. Oh, the vague reality, the mysterious certainty! Oh, strange truth of these my guesses in the wide thought wildernesses! Truth of one divined of many flowers, of one raindrop in the showers, of the long ago swift rain, of one tear of many tears, in some world-renowned pain, of one daisy mid the centuries of sun, of a little living nun in the garden of the years. Yes, I'm not far astray, but I guess you as might one pausing when young March is grey, in a violet-peopled day. All his thoughts go out to places that he knew, to his child home in the sun, to the fields of his regret, to one place in the innocent March air, by one olive, and invent the familiar form and scent safely. A white violet certainly is there. Sir Monique, remember me. 'Tis not in the past alone I am picturing you to be, but my little friend, my own. In my moment, pray for me. For another dream is mine, and another dream is true, sweeter even, of the little ones that shine, lost within the light divine, of some meekest flower, or you, in the fields of heaven. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
In Early Spring by Alice Meynell. Read for LibriVox.org by Amber Jewels. In Early Spring. O Spring, I know thee. Seek for sweet surprise in the young children's eyes. But I have learnt the years and know thee yet, leaf-folded violet. Mine ear, awake to silence, can foretell the cuckoo's fitful bell. I wander in a grey time that encloses June and the wild hedge-roses. A year's procession of the flowers doth pass my feet along the grass. And all you sweet birds, silent yet, I know the notes that stir you so. Your songs yet half devised in the dim dear beginnings of the year. In these young days you meditate your part, I have it all by heart. I know the secrets of the seeds of flowers, hidden and warm with showers, and how in kindling spring the cuckoo shall alter his interval. But not a flower or song I ponder is my own, but memories. I shall be silent in those days desired, before a world inspired. O dear brown birds, compose your old song phrases, earth, thy familiar daisies. The poet mused upon this dusky height, between two stars towards night. His purpose in his heart, I watched a space, the meaning of his face. There was the secret, fled from earth and skies, hid in his grey young eyes. My heart and all the summer wait his choice, and wonder for his voice. Who shall foretell his songs, and who aspire but to divine his lyre? Sweet earth, we know thy dimmest mysteries, but he is Lord of his. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Parted by Alice Meynell. Read for LibriVox.org by Lucy Kempton. Farewell to one now silenced quite, sent out of hearing, out of sight, my friend of friends, whom I shall miss. He is not banished, though, for this, nor he, nor sadness, nor delight. Though I shall walk with him no more, a low voice sounds upon the shore. He must not watch my resting place, but who shall drive a mournful face from the sad winds about my door? I shall not hear his voice complain, but who shall stop the patient rain? His tears must not disturb my heart, but who shall change the years and part the world from every thought of pain? Although my life is left so dim, the morning crowns the mountain rim. Joy is not gone from summer skies, nor innocence from children's eyes, and all these things are part of him. He is not banished, for the showers yet wake this green warm earth of ours. How can the summer but be sweet? I shall not have him at my feet, and yet my feet are on the flowers. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Regrets by Alice Meynell. Read for LibriVox.org. As when the seaward ebbing tide doth pour out by the low sand spaces, the parting waves slip back to clasp the shore with lingering embraces, So in the tide of life that carries me from where thy true heart dwells, waves of my thoughts and memories turn to thee with lessening farewells. Waving of hands, dreams when the day forgets, a care half lost in cares, the saddest of my verses, dim regrets, thy name among my prayers. I would the day might come so waited for, so patiently besought, when I, returning, should fill up once more thy desolated thought, and fill thy loneliness that lies apart in still, persistent pain. Shall I content thee, O thou broken heart, as the tide comes again, and brims the little seashore lakes, and sets seaweeds afloat, and fills the silent pools, rivers and rivulets among the inland hills? End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Song by Alice Meynell, read for LibriVox.org. My fair, no beauty of thine will last save in my love's eternity. Thy smiles that light thee fitfully are lost forever, their moment past, except the few thou givest to me. Thy sweet words vanish day by day, as all breath of mortality. Thy laughter, done, must cease to be, and all thy dear tones pass away, except the few that sing to me. Hide then within my heart, O hide all thou art loath should go from thee. Be kinder to thyself and me. My cupful from this river's tide shall never reach the long sad sea. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Sonnet in February by Alice Meynell, read for LibriVox.org by Lucy Kempton. Rich meanings of the prophet spring adorn unseen this colourless sky of folded showers and folded winds. No blossom in the bowers, a poet's face asleep is this grey morn. Now in the midst of the old world forlorn a mystic child is set in these still hours. I keep this time, even before the flowers, sacred to all the young and the unborn, to all the miles and miles of unsprung wheat, and to the spring waiting beyond the portal, and to the future of my own young art. And among all these things, to you, my sweet, my friend, to your calm face, and the immortal child tarrying all your lifetime in your heart. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
San Lorenzo Giustiniani's Mother by Alice Meynell, read for LibriVox.org by Amber Jewels. San Lorenzo Giustiniani's Mother. I had not seen my son's dear face. He chose the cloister by God's grace. Since it had come to full flower time, I hardly guessed at its perfect prime that folded flower of his dear face. Mine eyes were veiled by mists of tears, when on a day in many years, one of his order came. I thrilled, facing, I thought, that face fulfilled. I doubted for my mists of tears. His blessing be with me forever. My hope and doubt were hard to sever. That altered face, those holy weeds, I filled his wallet and kissed his beads, and lost his echoing feet forever. If to my son my alms were given, I know not, and I wait for heaven. He did not plead for child of mine, but for another child divine, and unto him it was surely given. There is one alone who cannot change. Dreams are we, shadows, visions strange, and all I give is given to one. I might mistake my dearest son, but never the son who cannot change. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Sonnet, The Love of Narcissus by Alice Meynell,
read for LibriVox.org by Daphne Lynn. Like him who met his own eyes in the river, the poet trembles at his own long gaze that meets him through the changing nights and days. From out great nature all her waters quiver with his fair image facing him forever. The music that he listens to betrays his own heart to his ears. By trackless ways his wild thoughts tend to him in long endeavor. His dreams are far among the silent hills. His vague voice calls him from the darkened plain with winds at night. Strange recognition thrills his lonely heart with piercing love and pain. He knows his sweet mirth in the mountain rills, his weary tears that touch him with the rain. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
To a Lost Melody by Alice Meynell, read for LibriVox.org by Anusha Iyer. Thou art not dead, O sweet lost melody, sung beyond memory, when golden to the winds this world of ours waved wild with boundless flowers, sung in some past when wildernesses were not dead, lost air. Yet in the ages long where lurkest thou, and what soul knows thee now? Wert thou not given to sweeten every wind from that o'erburdened mind that bore thee through the young world, and that tongue by which thou first wert sung? Was not the holy choir the endless dome, and nature all thy home? Did not the warm gale clasp thee to his breast, lulling thy storms to rest? And is the June air laden with thee now, passing the summer bough? And is the dawn wind on a lonely sea balmy with thoughts of thee? To rock on daybreak winds dost thou rejoice, as first on his strong voice, whose radiant morning soul did give thee birth, gave thee to heaven and earth? Or did each bird win one dear note of thee to pipe eternally? Art thou the secret of the small field flowers, nodding thy time for hours, blown by the happy winds from hill to hill, and such a secret still? Or wert thou rapt awhile to other spheres to gladden tenderer ears? Doth music's soul contain thee, precious air? Sleepest thou clasped there, until a time shall come for thee to start into some unborn heart? Then wilt thou, as the clouds of ages roll, thou migratory soul, amid a different wilder wilderness, in crowds that throng and press, revive thy blessed cadences forgotten, in some soul new begotten? Oh, wilt thou ever tire of thy long rest on nature's silent breast? And wilt thou leave thy rainbow showers to bear a part in human care? Forsake thy boundless silence to make choice of some pathetic voice? Forsake thy stars, thy suns, thy moons, thy skies, for man's desiring sighs. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Sonnet, The Poet to Nature by Alice Meynell, read for LibriVox.org by Anusha Iyer. I have no secrets from thee, lyre sublime, my lyre whereof I make my melody. I sing one way like the west wind through thee, with my whole heart, and hear thy sweet strings chime. But thou, who soundest in my tune and rhyme, hast tones I wake not in thy land and sea, loveliness not for me, secrets from me, thoughts for another and another time. And as the west wind passed, the south wind alters his intimate sweet things, his hues of noon, the voices of his waves sound of his pine, the meanings of his lost heart. This thought falters in my short song. Another bard shall tune thee, my one lyre, to other songs than mine. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Poet to His Childhood by Alice Meynell. Read for LibriVox.org by Haley Fairchild. In my thought I see you stand, with a path on either hand, hills that look into the sun, and there a rivered meadowland, and your lost voice, with the things that it decreed across me thrills, when you thought and chose the hills. If it prove a life of pain, greater have I judged the gain. With a singing soul for music's sake, I climb and meet the rain, and I choose, whilst I am calm, my thought and laboring to be unconsoled by sympathy. But how dared you use me so? For you bring my ripe years low, to your child's whim, and a destiny your child soul could not know. In that small voice legislating I revolt against with tears, but you mark not through the years. To the mountain leads my way. If the plains are green today, these my barren hills are flushing faintly, strangely in the May, with the presence of the spring amongst the smallest flowers that grow. But the summer in the snow? Do you know, who are so bold, how in sooth the rule will hold, settled by a wayward child's ideal at some 10 years old? How the human arms you slip from, thoughts and love you stay not for, will not open to you more? You were rash then, little child, for the skies with storms are wild, and you faced the dim horizon with its whirl of mists, and smiled, climbed a little higher, lonelier in the solitary sun, to feel how the winds came on. But your sunny silence there, solitude so light to bear, will become a long, dumb world up in the colder, sadder air, and the little mournful lonelinesses in the little hills, wider wilderness fulfills. And if e'er you should come down to the village or the town, with the cold rain for your garland and the wind for your renown, you will stand upon the thresholds with a face or dumb desire, nor be known by any fire. It is memory that shrinks. You were all too brave, methinks, climbing solitudes of flowering cistus and the thin, wild pinks, musing, setting to a haunting air in one vague reverie, all the life that was to be. With a smile do I complain, in the safety of the pain, knowing that my feet can never quit their solitudes again, but regret may turn with longing to that 1 hour's choice you had, when the silence broodeth sad. I rebelled not, child gone by, but obey you wonderingly, for you knew not, young rash speaker, all you spoke, and now will I, with the life and all the loneliness revealed that you thought fit, sing the Amen, knowing it. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Sonnet by Alice Meynell. Read for LibriVox.org by Sonia. Sonnet. A poet of one mood in all my lays, ranging all life to sing one only love. Like a west wind across the world I move, sweeping my harp of floods mine own wild ways. The countries change, but not the west wind days, which are my songs. My soft skies shine above, and on all seas the colors of a dove, and on all fields a flash of silver grace. I make the whole world answer to my art, and sweet monotonous meanings. In your ears I change not ever, bearing, for my part, one thought that is the treasure of my years, a small cloud full of rain upon my heart, and in mine arms clasped like a child in tears. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
An Unmarked Festival by Alice Meynell. Read for LibriVox.org by Anusha Iyer. There's a feast undated yet, Both our true lives hold it fast, the first day we ever met. What a great day came and passed, unknown then, but known at last. And we met. You knew not me, mistress of your joys and fears, held my hands that held the key of the treasure of your years, of the fountain of your tears. For you knew not it was I, and I knew not it was you. We have learnt as days went by. But a flower struck root and grew underground, and no one knew. Days of days, unmarked it rose, in whose hours we were to meet and forgotten past. Who knows, was earth cold or sunny, sweet, at the coming of your feet? One mere day, we thought, the measure of such days the year fulfills. Now, how dearly would we treasure something from its fields, its rills, and its memorable hills. But one leaf of oak or lime, or one blossom from its boughs, no one gathered at the time. Oh, to keep that day of ours by one relic of its flowers! End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Sonnet, The Neophyte by Alice Meynell. Read for LibriVox.org by Anusha Iyer. Who knows what days I answer for today? Giving the bud, I give the flower. I bow, this yet unfaded and a faded brow. Bending these knees and feeble knees, I pray. Thoughts yet unripe in me I bend one way, give one repose to pain I know not now. One leave into joy that comes, I guess not how. I dedicate my fields when spring is grey. Oh, rash, I smile, to pledge my hidden wheat. I fold today at altars far apart, hands trembling with what toils? In their retreat I seal my love to be, my folded art. I light the tapers at my hand and feet, and lay the crucifix on this silent heart. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Sonnet, Spring on the Auburn Hills by Alice Meynell. Read for LibriVox.org by Lucy Kempton. O'er the Campagna it is dim warm weather. The spring comes with a full heart silently and many thoughts. A faint flash of the sea divides two mists. Straight falls the falling feather. With wild spring meanings hill and plain together grow pale or just flush with the dust of flowers. Rome in the ages dimmed with all her towers floats in the midst, a little cloud at tether. I fain would put my hands about thy face, thou with thy thoughts, who art another spring, and draw thee to me like a mournful child. Thou lookest on me from another place. I touch not this day's secret, nor the thing that in the silence makes thy sweet eyes wild. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Song of the Night at Daybreak by Alice Meynell. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgate Novelist. All my stars forsake me, and the dawn wind shake me. Where shall I betake me? Whither shall I run till the set of sun, till the day be done? To the mountain mine, to the boughs o' the pine, to the blind man's eyne, to a brow that is bowed upon the knees, sick with memories. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Sonnet, To a Daisy by Alice Meynell. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgate Novelist. Slight as thou art enough to hide, like all created things, secrets from me, and stand a barrier to eternity. And I, How can I praise thee well and wide? From where I dwell, upon the hither side? Thou little veil for so great mystery, when shall I penetrate all things and thee, and then look back? For this I must abide, till thou shalt grow and fold and be unfurled literally between me and the world. Then I shall drink from in beneath a spring, and from a poet's side shall read his book. O daisy mine, what will it be to look from God's side even of such a simple thing? End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Sonnet to One Poem in a Silent Time by Alice Meynell. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgate Novelist. Who looked for thee, thou little song of mine? This winter of a silent poet's heart is suddenly sweet with thee, but what thou art, midwinter flower, I would I could divine. Art thou a last one, orphan of thy line? Did the dead summer's last warmth foster thee? Or is spring folded up unguessed in me, and stirring out of sight, and thou the sign? Where shall I look, backwards or to the morrow, for others of thy fragrance, secret child? Who knows if last things or if first things claim thee? Whether thou be the last smile of my sorrow, or else a joy too sweet, a joy too wild, how, my December violet, shall I name thee? End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Future Poetry by Alice Meynell. Read for LibriVox.org by Ryan Fry. No new delights to our desire the singers of the past can yield. I lift mine eyes to hill and field, and see in them your yet dumb lyre, poets unborn and unrevealed. Singers to come, what thoughts will start? To song, what words of yours be sent? Through man's soul and with earth be blent? These worlds of nature and the heart await you like an instrument. Who knows what musical flocks of words upon these pine tree tops will light, and crown these towers in circling flight, and cross these seas like summer birds, and give a voice to the day and night? Something of you already is ours. Some mystic part of you belongs to us, whose dreams your future throngs, who look on hills and trees and flowers, which will mean so much in your songs. I wonder, like the maid who found and knelt to lift the lyre supreme of Orpheus from the Thracian stream. She dreams on its sealed past profound, on a deep future sealed I dream. She bears it in her wanderings, within her arms, and has not pressed her unskilled fingers, but her breast upon those silent sacred strings. I too clasp mystic strings at rest, for I, i' the world of lands and seas, the sky of wind and rain and fire, and in man's world of long desire, in all that is yet dumb in these, have found a more mysterious lyre. End of Future Poetry. This recording is in the public domain.
The Poet Sings to Her Poet by Alice Meynell, read for LibriVox.org by Daphne Lynn. The Moon to the Sun. As the full moon shining there to the sun that lighteth her, am I unto thee for ever. O my secret glory giver, O my light, I am dark but fair, black but fair. Shine, earth loves thee, and then shine and be loved through thoughts of mine. All thy secrets that I treasure, I translate them at my pleasure. I am crowned with the glory of thine, thine not thine. I make pensive thy delight, and thy strong gold silver white. Though all beauty of nine thou makest, yet to earth which thou forsakest, I have made thee fair all night, day all night. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
A Poet's Sonnet by Alice Meynell, read for LibriVox.org by Newgate Novelist. If I should quit thee, sacrifice, forswear, to what, my art, shall I give thee in keeping? To the long winds of heaven? Shall these come sweeping my songs foregone against my face and hair? Or shall the mountain streams my lost joys bear, my past poetic pain in the rain be weeping? No, I shall live a poet waking, sleeping, and I shall die a poet unaware. From me, my art, thou canst not pass away, and I, a singer though I cease to sing, shall own thee without joy in thee or woe. Through my indifferent words of every day, scattered and all unlinked the rhymes shall ring and make my poem, and I shall not know. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Modern Poet by Alice Meynell, read for LibriVox.org by Sonia. The Modern Poet, a song of derivations. I come from nothing, but from where come the undying thoughts I bear? Down through long links of death and birth, from the past poets of the earth, my immortality is there. I am like the blossom of an hour, but long, long vanished sun and shower awoke my breath in the young world's air. I track the past back everywhere, through seed and flower, and seed and flower. Or I am like a stream that flows full of the cold springs that arose in morning lands, in distant hills, and down the plain my channel fills with melting of forgotten snows. Voices I have not heard possessed my own fresh songs, my thoughts are blessed with relics of the far unknown, and mixed with memories not my own, the sweet streams throng into my breast. Before this life began to be, the happy songs that wake in me woke long ago and far apart. Heavily on this little heart presses this immortality. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
After a Parting by Alice Meynell, read for LibriVox.org by Newgate Novelist. Farewell has long been said, I have forgone thee, I never name thee even. But how shall I learn virtues and yet shun thee? For thou art so near heaven, that heavenward meditations pause upon thee. Thou dost beset the path to every shrine, my trembling thoughts discern thy goodness in the good for which I pine, and if I turn from but one sin, I turn unto a smile of thine. How shall I thrust thee apart, since all my growth tends to thee night and day, to thee, faith, hope, and art? Swift are the currents setting all one way, they draw my life out of my heart. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Renouncement by Alice Meynell, read for LibriVox.org by Daphne Lynn. I must not think of thee, and tired yet strong, I shun the thought that lurks in all delight, the thought of thee, and in the blue heaven's height, and in the sweetest passage of a song. Oh, just beyond the fairest thoughts that throng this breast, the thought of thee waits, hidden yet bright. But it must never, never come in sight. I must stop short of thee the whole day long. But when sleep comes to close each difficult day, when night gives pause to the long watch I keep, and all my bonds I needs must loose apart, must doff my will as raiment laid away, with the first dream that comes with the first sleep, I run, I'm gathered to thy heart. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Veni Creator by Alice Meynell. Read for LibriVox.org by Anusha Iyer. So humble things thou hast borne for us, O God. Leftest thou a path of lowliness untrod? Yes, one, till now, another olive garden. For we endure the tender pain of pardon. One with another we forbear. Give heed. Look at the mournful world thou hast decreed. The time has come. At last we hapless men know all our haplessness all through. Come then, endure undreamed humility. Lord of heaven, come to our ignorant hearts and be forgiven. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. End of poems by Alice Meynell.